Yo, what's good, wavy babies? It's your boy Cali Wave. I'm here with my boy,
Froofroo.
and we're about to be doing a reaction video today to Jubilees, who is the fake Latino. So we're gonna get right into that video without further ado. Let's go.
Dance in the music they listen to? Or is it by the way they look or the language they speak?
No me importa,
Turn it up a smidge.
Maybe it's by the food they eat or their passion for soccer. We brought together 7 Latinos.
Soy latina.
Yo soy latina.
Yo soy latino.
Yo soy latina.
Yo soy latino.
Yo soy latino.
Yo soy latino.
One is a liar. If the group discovers who the liar is, they'll win a cash prize. If the liar survives, they win the
Betting
cash
everybody's
prize.
gonna vote for the Asian
This
chick.
is Odd Men Out.
It's literally thinking the same thing. She looks very Asian.
She's Latina? Like hell. Like heck no.
All I hope is that I don't get eliminated in the first round because I have so much to show people about Brazil.
I'm gonna have to try to prove my Latino-ness as soon as I can.
I'm very nervous. I don't like to lose.
Thomas had the little indentation in his name, so
Where's everyone's from?
That's the obvious question. Let's start.
I'm Puerto Rican, Mexican. We have a couple Mexicans here.
La transmisión de los Altos de Jalisco.
I'm from Dominican Republic. I'm from Brazil. I'm the only one that speaks Portuguese here. Damn, I can't prove I speak Portuguese because no one will understand me.
I mean, it's similar.
You fala portugués?
Falo português.
Yeah, yeah.
Argentina, Buenos Aires.
Oh, you too as well? Oh, welcome.
You guys should ask each other's question to make sure.
¿Qué provincia? What province?
Provincia, soy de Buenos Aires, Capital Federal. And you,
What about you, Tomas?
Me? Well, alright, I'm living in the U.S.
let me
and I
pause
was
it
in the
right
US,
there and
my
there.
mom-
That and you, that seems super sus. That seems like, you know what I mean? That seems like a very like Asian trait. You know what I mean? Not to be like all like, you know,
Mhm.
but yeah, like that seems like, oh, and like, oh yes, like, you know, you and you.
Yeah,
know.
how they repeat a word.
Yeah, exactly. Like people from different countries have different things. Some people from certain countries, they be like, oh, it's this, yes, and some people be like, it's this, no. Like, you mean yes? Like you know, it's kind of, yeah, exactly. So here we are. We got all the people right here, right now. Who do you think is the person?
Well, Thomas really doesn't sound at all. Obviously the Asian chick that one's a little suspect.
Right.
The black guy doesn't sound all that Hispanic either.
And he said he's from Dominican. So, like, me just peeping them out, the dude Andre, or I don't know if I'm saying it right, but he most definitely looks like he's from Brazil. Like, you know, I mean, Brazilians, they look a lot different, but he looks like he's from Brazil. David, for me, he said he's Dominican, bro. I spent a lot of time recently in Florida, and like, yeah, like if he said he was Dominican to me, or even Puerto Rican, or even Cuban, I'd be like, okay, yeah, like it's like literally, dude, like everybody that looks like me in Florida is like Dominican. Like no one believes that I'm black. I'm like, no, I'm just normal black. Sorry. Then you got Elke. I'm probably saying it wrong, but she looks very like Colombian or something. Angela, she looks very Puerto Rican. Thomas or whatever. Thomas, like I could see him being, you know, South American. Miguel kind of look Irish to me. You know what I mean? He got the ginger beard and stuff. Like, I mean, I don't know. Anybody here could be red, but he looks more Irish. And Aylin or whatever, like she most definitely looks super Asian. But her Spanish was on point. But she could have been a Spanish major. I don't know. But I feel like right now, Miguel seems sus. Like that's what I'm going with. Who you going with right now?
Thomas.
Thomas? Okay, you going with Thomas. I'm going with Miguel. Okay, let's see
Because
what's happening.
the Asian chick is a little too obvious.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think that's right. Right when you throw if you throw a person who looks white in there and you say who's not black, like that's the obvious choice. But like that means they probably mixed and they just look on the white side or something, you know. So
Yeah.
let's see.
Mom was from Martinez, Buenos Aires, and my dad from La Avellaneda.
My parents live in Avellaneda.
You guys' accents are on fire right now. Yeah.
I'm living in Costa Rica, and I'm actually like super excited because I feel like we never get representation like anywhere. Like everyone knows like Argentina, Brazil, and whatnot. But Costa Rica's like Puerto Rico. I'm like, no, it's different.
Yeah, I feel the same thing about like representation is super important. So I'm like half Puerto Rican, half Mexican, but I was raised by my mom, so I relate more culturally with Puerto Rico.
What about you, Miguel?
Yeah, Miguel, I want to hear from Miguel.
Yeah.
The only guy that looks lighter than me. My parents taught me both English and Spanish at the same time growing up. People speaking to me in English just think I'm white, and people speaking to me in Spanish just think like I'm Hispanic. Tomas, you mentioned us looking white though. Do you ever have experiences where people just don't think you're Latino because of like how you look?
Oh yeah, all the time. People will literally like deny it to my face when I'm literally like, I'm Latino. Like I speak.
He looks Armenian,
"You're
low
not,
key.
no, you don't. And I'm like, how are you gonna tell me?
And Argentina has.
But at the same thing, I believe him.
Yeah.
Andre too, because I was talking to my friend, and she's Brazilian, and people are like, Brazilians are not Latinos, but it's like, yes, it's in Latin America, the biggest country.
I mean, technically they're not Hispanic, but they're definitely Latinos.
Just talking English, everyone just assumes that I'm black, and then no one really ever thinks.
Yeah.
And it's funny because my girlfriend, when I came in here, that she said, "Watch you be like the darkest person here." And I'm pretty sure she was right. So
I went to visit New York, and I was curious to see like if people would think I was Latino or not, because I feel like I don't give off the vibe sometimes. Someone told me I was Asian.
Oh, well, I can tell you that.
all right. Okay.
For round one, I would say it was pretty hectic.
I think they felt I was legit. Hopefully.
I feel like I didn't speak enough, and I didn't speak in Spanish.
Oh, they got a percentile.
I'm going to vote Miguel.
Miguel.
Damn, they all voted Miguel, my boy Miguel. Who do you think it is right now? Honestly,
I still think it's the other guy.
which one?
I'm bad with names.
Thomas?
Thomas, yeah.
Young one. Think it's Thomas. Andre.
Yep.
This dude looks Brazilian as hell. Like,
Yeah.
like that look like straight Brazilian dude. He looks like Brazilian PewDiePie. Straight up. So you got 3 votes against Miguel. Okay, so I would agree with them right now. Like, it's rare they ever get the person in the first round though. But I would agree. Like Miguel does look like he just look. It was like, but I mean, again, like I said, it's white people in South America. Like, what's the mix down there? It's the native people who were in South America, right? Then it was the slaves, because they were slaves in South America before it was in America. And then you have the Spanish, you got the French, right? Cause
No, I don't think they got too much into it. The Caribbean for sure, but I don't know about the continental.
Did Spain not have any control down there? Because I know France did. I know France had colonies down there, and so did and I think England had a few, right? Because that's how it got mixed with all that. Because this is like
in the Caribbean for sure, but in like on land it was mostly Portugal and Spain.
Portugal and Spain. Okay, makes sense. That makes sense.
But wars, land trades, back and forth.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, let's see. Let's get into it. Let's see if they're gonna execute Miguel or what.
Miguel is way too obvious.
Damn.
First. You didn't sell me.
Miguel?
I'm suspicious of Tomas. He showed up in the Argentina jersey. Could just be a fan.
Angela, she would ask the question, we would answer, and then she would build off what we said. So it's kind of easier to get an answer from that.
The votes are in for round 1.
I'm like, my heart is racing right now.
Well, I swear
And
to
the
God.
person eliminated this
Don't
round
do it.
is
Don't do it.
Who is it?
Miguel.
Oh,
What? Oh my God. Why would they
Get that boy
vote
outta here.
Miguel?
Really bummed to be out. I mean, I was looking forward to sharing my culture and talking about different aspects of my culture. And I just got round 1, dude.
round 1, dude.
Round 2. This is the Fiesta round. You will each have 1 minute to tell us about your favorite cultural or family party tradition.
I'm very
Yeah, for sure.
nervous, but this is gonna be fun.
I'll have to talk about Carnival. You guys all know. It's the biggest party in the world. Basically, 3 million people in the streets. And
I was
we are
supposed to
all
go to
dressed
this.
in costumes and with our faces painted. We are all shirtless, like the guys only, the girls, not all of them. We are high-fiving
Not all.
people that we don't know. We are hugging people.
Yeah, see, look at that.
Kissing.
Super
There's
mixed.
also some problems about Carnival, like you could get robbed, but it's okay. You will still have fun if you get robbed. Any city you go,
You get robbed?
there
It's
will
good
be
though.
a
Like you're like, hey, I'm broke, but I'm still
That's
having
the
fun.
word to describe it.
Everything he said, you can just learn from watching the movie Rio, the little bird flying around. So in Argentina, I mean, it's like a pretty Catholic-dominated country and all that. We all celebrate mostly Christmas and Navidad.
He doesn't seem very excited.
In Argentina, I've been there for Argentina, during Argentina, and it's summer in Argentina for Christmas, so it's different. There's fireworks going on like the whole night. We eat empanadas. There's usually asado, obviously. we take a lot of pride into it, and we like to have fun. And
I feel like there should be something more exciting, especially with like football and stuff.
No matter where you are, you're more than likely gonna see fireworks.
Do you know the different types of cuts for the meats for the asado?
Like different types of meat. You're right. You're so serious.
Yeah, I know the different kind of cuts.
Bro. There's chinchulin. There's a lot.
You
of
playing
that's
Minecraft? I like your cut, G.
Damn, they on this boy about the cuts. Like, I don't want to sound crazy, but like, I don't think that's something everyone's gonna know. Like, I'm African American or whatever. I have different, cultures in me or whatever, like a bunch of different mixes or whatever, and some even directly. But the thing is, like, I don't know cuts, bro. Like, I'm not a fucking cook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No, same with me. I don't know anything about food.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what? I'm not a foodie. Maybe if I was a foodie, I would know something. And I'm also like, I feel like the further the generations get, the truth is, the more we lose our culture. Like, I could tell you more about McDonald's menu. McDonald's?
I like their food.
You said you like the food?
Yeah, I like McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. Like, I like McDonald's. So, but if someone comes to me talking about soul food, like, I could tell you what's what, but I can't necessarily tell you, like, what you want to do is you want to cut this right here. Nah, I don't know nothing about that, man. Just give me a plate. Let me know when it's done. Shoot. Anyways, let's get back to that.
More pork, I know, but I can't give you specifics. I'm kind of blanking out. I don't know why.
I mean, he didn't know how to answer that, so I don't know how to feel about that, because, I mean, there's a lot of cuts.
Tomas is sus.
The fiesta that my family loves to celebrate is New Year's. Well, a staple is asado, y like how I told you, there's like matambre, entraña, chinchulín, chorizo. Yeah. But that's like the generic, right?
She is definitely Latina all the way.
For music, like, we're known for tango, but really what's playing in the background is gonna be cumbia, like all our cousins are gonna be like that, and everybody is gonna have like the Messi jersey, and it's gonna always be playing soccer or football in the background.
Latinos
Everybody's gonna be like
soccer.
Ole,
It's crazy.
ole, ole. Like, that's like the whole house. Or
Yeah,
dale campeón, dale campeón, Messi. We're gonna be making chocotorta, flan, gelatina.
Oh, she knows what she's talking about.
She's way more well spoken than I am. She was way more prepared than me, of course.
Yo, if she's the impossible, I quit. So the thing about Dominicans is like they will find an excuse to party anytime, any day. It doesn't even matter. So it's funny because like in DR, even though July 4th and Thanksgiving is a holiday only in America, if they hear about it, they're like, all right, that's a good day to party. So we're gonna party that day too. We celebrate Christmas December 24th, and then we party all night long.
Latinos never celebrate on the 25th. That's facts.
We would spend the whole night, I'm talking about like till 4 in the morning, listening to music, dancing, bachata, merengue, salsa, típico, all that stuff. And then we all wake up until like 1 p.m. the next day.
Okay, so my favorite tradition is around Christmas time. We all know we love Christmas, right? So we make tamales. My grandma lives in a place called Venecia, and she has like a big quinta or like finca.
Wait, that's so cool. I'm like so happy someone said quinta.
You normally get it with your family, and you make like a long table, and each person has a responsibility. So one person puts like the masa, and then the other person puts like the pork, or some people like to put.
Pause it. So, I feel like right now this girl is
Welcome, punch
it out of there. But I never doubted her being Latina. Like, you know what I mean? Like, of the people that's left right now, David, Aline, Elike, I can't even say it right, Thomas, Angela, and Andre, like, if you had to go with one right now, who would it be? Now, again, the person could have been out in the first round already, so it could have been Miguel. You still think Thomas, or who do you think now?
Wouldn't they have like won if they got it in the first round?
No, it doesn't. So it's up to them. Like, they have to stop it. If they don't stop it, it keeps going.
Okay. I still think it's either Thomas or David.
I think it's Thomas or David.
Yeah.
David. Oh, the dude, the black dude or whatever.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I guess I just feel like it because I'm just, dude, like, all the Dominicans I ever met, all of them, all the dudes look like him. The dudes look like him, and then the girls are in between. Most of the girls kind of look like Angela a little bit. Either they look like Angela with like dark hair, or like, you know, like her with like slightly more of a tan. You know what I mean? Not usually his color, but like slightly, a little sun kissed, a little sun kissed. She looked like she'd be hiding from the sun. Thomas looked like he ain't never seen it. Andre probably tan pretty good. She still look Asian as hell to me. Like, but you know, she probably is Asian. Maybe that's just her roots or whatever. And old girl, like,
now, like, are these people where they say they are, or they're just from there?
They're just from there. So I think everyone lives in the States except Andre. I think he's the only one who actually lives in Brazil or whatever. So everybody else I think is up here. So, you know, we'll get back to it and try to figure this out.
Carrots and bell pepper or chila. I really enjoy it because it's, you know, when you get to be with your family and you're all kind of like doing something all together, you have your music, you have your laughs, and you have someone like scolding you because you're doing it wrong.
Okay, the scolding part, true. So my favorite family tradition party is Three Kings Day. It's very, very popular in Puerto Rico. It's about 2 weeks after Christmas. You and your whole family, you go to their house, you're Christmas caroling, but Latino style, right? So you have music, instruments, dancing, singing, and then you have a big party, you have food, you have arroz con gandules, you have all types of meat, drinks, we have coquito there, and you just stay up all night. Sometimes you have coffee and everything.
On this.
And so
I wonder
that's
if
kind of one of
coquita is like
my
horchata.
favorite family traditions turned party style.
I hope I did a good job representing my country.
Lynn asked a really good question, which any Argentino would know, and I'm stupid for messing up because, I don't know, I just drew a blank, I couldn't think of it.
Angela talked less and shared less details about her story.
I'm gonna vote Tomas because I think other people might vote.
Thomas looked like a gamer.
I would have liked to see more about his family traditions.
Tomas?
I'm gonna just say Andre. Where's the passion?
They voted Andre? This dude is 100% Brazilian looking.
We counted all the votes for round 2, and we have a tie between Andre and Tomas.
Really?
I knew I would be.
Nobody's even guessing.
We will go into a tiebreaker
David.
where each of you will have 20 seconds to state your case. Tomas, you're up first.
I understand why you might have chosen me, and I did mess up on something pretty stupid, which is the meat cuts and all that of asado and down.
Why would you know that though?
Oh, you already know what he's about to get voted off for.
Oh no, I feel so bad.
But Eileen knows for a fact that there's some things that somebody that's not from Argentina would have said, and I don't know. I feel like we as soon as her and I started speaking, we like connected. You guys could tell.
Eu sei que eu não pareço brasileiro, mas eu sou brasileiro, eu estou falando português agora, eu espero que vocês estejam me entendendo. E eu não sei por que vocês não acham que eu sou brasileiro. É loucura votar em mim, mas tudo bem. O Tomás também não parece que... Ele parece que ele é argentino, então eu também não sei por que vocês votaram na gente.
I don't know why you guys voted for us.
I said, I hope you guys understood.
Just because you speak...
Oh, we gotta pause it. Bruh. He said it right there. He's like, I don't know. He said both of us look like. Well, I don't know why you guys are guessing us, but maybe it's not always the look. I mean,
Now, he could actually be Portuguese.
yeah. I feel like dude is 100% Portuguese, and old boy too. Like they're, you know what I mean? Like that's like, man, her like I can't even doubt her, bro. Like she's just like,
I know.
yeah, she's just like, yeah, like that's, you know, she got every, you know, that I'm Every Woman song. This is every girl I grew up with in California. Like she's like the sweet Latina girl who, like, you know what I mean? Like she's like just a little like heavy but really cute, and she liked you since like first grade. She liked you since first grade. She ain't tell you till I was in high school. That's her. Like we used to play volleyball together. Red light, green light. Oh shit. So who do you think they about to vote out?
Thomas.
You ain't gonna vote out Thomas? I think
Yeah.
I think either they're gonna vote Thomas or they're gonna vote Andre. Whichever one, I feel like is fucking ridiculous though, because I think it's gonna be stupid. The fact that they would, you know, get either one of them out there, both of them dudes, like, you know, like you even said, like, I think David is Dominican, but I would at least, like, come on, like, I feel like you go order of elimination. So first you go for the people who you don't think really fit the part, right? And then, you know, you check the facts too. But, you know, I don't know. Let's see how they play in the game.
Portuguese doesn't make you Brazilian.
I'm gonna still vote Tomas.
Andre.
I'm voting Andre. Tomas, don't let me down, man.
Portuguese is not an easy language to learn. You would learn normal Spanish before you learn
Counted all the
Portuguese. So,
votes, and the person eliminated this round is
Oh my god, my heart.
Andre.
There we go.
sorry, Andre.
I don't know why. I think I'm connected better in terms of culture.
That is crazy. For the first time in my life, I've been accepted into the Latino community.
So I feel like the biggest misconception that I get is the language and the accent. I lived in the United States illegally for a while, so I lost a little bit of Spanish, and I feel like I met a lot of Latinos who didn't speak Spanish. So a lot of people are like, oh, if you don't speak Spanish, you're not Latino, right?
I agree with
I'm
that.
like, no. And then, since I do speak fluent English, guys like expect me to have a sexy Latina accent, and I'm like, no, I speak fluent English. That doesn't make me less of a Latina.
Just from looking at my face, yeah, I am Korean, I'm Asian. My grandparents, my parents, all from Korea, but they all lived in Argentina for 30 years, and I was born there. I lived there for 15 years. Even there, people used to always call me like, "Ay, sos una chinita," which means like, "Oh, like you're an Asian chick. Like you don't belong here." And even here in the U.S., when I do speak Spanish, they're like, "Why are you speaking Spanish? Like, who let you speak Spanish?" And I'm like, "Excuse me." Like, and so I think that's a really big misconception that just because you look Asian, because you might not look like the standard person who comes from Latin America, that you can't be Latina, Latino, Latinx, and that you always have to speak Spanish. But you really don't. I think it's the culture that matters, the music, what you share with others. So yeah.
First of all, the misconception about like all Dominicans.
Hers is kind of a hard one. Like, okay, so she just told us right now that she is Korean, right? Or at least from Korea.
Right.
But like, so yeah, so I agree. I mean, she's Latino, I guess, because she grew up there. But I would say like, as far as like if I go to another country and my kids are born there, I guess that makes them English, right? Because they become a citizen. So if I have kids and they're born in England, they're English. But like first generation though. So it's not like, you know what I mean, a few generations down the line or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I guess technically she speaks the language.
But then again, there's like apparently a lot of Japanese in Mexico.
Oh really? Damn.
Apparently.
I could believe it.
The whole West Coast had a lot of Japanese.
I can believe it. Oh, you mean like after all the war and all that type of stuff?
Well, before the war. But,
before that makes sense. I mean, a lot of people in Hawaii. I heard a lot of Japanese in Hawaii, so that makes you know what I mean. That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Anyways, let's hit him with an Owen Wilson.
Wow. Is the fact that none of them want to acknowledge that they have any African descent.
Okay,
like you mentioned to any Dominican that like,
this is
like,
true.
You have black in you, right? They're like, no, I'm not black. I'm not black. Your skin tone, your hair, everything. You have African descent in you. You have to acknowledge it.
Colorism and racism in the
That's so
Latino
real. I gotta
community
pause
is
it again.
huge.
That's so real right there. Like, I had a teacher in school who was he was Panamanian. And like, dude, I mean, like Panamanians, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, like some people, like nowadays, they're all about their culture. Like, oh yeah, I'm black. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, but a lot of people aren't. Like my teacher, like, I ain't gonna fake it. Like I was in school, but I called him the N-word. I'm like, man, he like, don't call me that. I ain't that. I'm not black. I'm Panamanian. I was like, sir, you black. I was like, bro, you're darker than me, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not trying to be messed up or whatever.
Ethnicity and nationality are two different things.
Exactly, right? It's one you identify with, one is your bloodline. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, my guy, but like, you know, I ain't saying my hair is curly, but I was like, my texture is a little smoother than yours, dude. And like, this is obviously where your family, like you obviously have African roots. He would just not acknowledge it. Like, it's crazy because you have people who don't want to be themselves, and then you have other people who would love to be you. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know, but I most definitely see that. And then like, you know, some people want a culture claim, some people don't. Some people feel like some kind of way.
Apparently the Spanish were very much against mixing with black. Like,
I feel like
when they mixed with the Indians, it was a little less
trippy,
problematic, but they didn't like either.
I think when they mix with a certain culture, I feel like maybe they feel like their blood is stronger, and it's gonna still be kind of what they were. And the difference is when you mix with us, you mix with, you know, like anyone with African descent, it's our genes are so dominant that it's like, look at David, you know what I mean? Like, look at anyone who mixes with us, like you turn into, you know what I mean? You mix with black, then they're like, oh yeah, you're black. You know what I mean? Oh, you're mixed, but you're African American. Like you're not even like, it's not even like, oh well, I choose to be white or Asian, whatever the other mix is. They like, sorry, sorry, don't work like that. But let's get back to it.
It's a problem. I didn't grow up speaking Spanish, and it wasn't until middle school that I took Spanish classes, and so I always passively knew it, but never actively got the chance to learn it. Sometimes you feel like, oh, I might not be Latinx enough or Latina enough because I don't speak fluent Spanish. The main thing I want to talk about really is just like emphasizing that there's not one cookie cutter of what it means to be Latina, as long as you share like valued and like communities, all of that is really important.
Okay, I have something super funny to ask. Vacunas. Do you guys have
another thing?
Do you have that?
Yo, I am so jealous. I tell my mom that. That's so crazy you said that. I tell every Dominican this.
Do you have that?
I have no idea what he was talking about.
So basically it's you know, well, no, I guess you wouldn't because you're in Canada. So I guess a lot of people, like in other countries or whatever, when they got the smallpox vaccination, they have like a little like, it scarred their arm, and you could usually tell when someone's not from like the States or whatever, like if they have it. Like if you were born in the States, then you wouldn't have it unless you were like, you know, unless you're older, like 40, 50, like, well, like I think like your 50s you would have it, but like in the last like 35, 40 years, like we don't get a scar anymore from smallpox vaccination. But those Latin countries, like they had the older vaccine, so when they got the shots, it like puts like a scar, like burns their skin basically. So yeah, I feel like right there too, like what they're saying, you know what I mean? Because like it's funny, like how mixing goes. It's like, how do you identify? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you mixed with anything?
Not really. I'm like over 80% native.
Oh, really? Damn. So like me, for example, right? Like, when you see me, obviously African American is a dominant gene, but like blood wise, I got Irish in my family, and I mean like one of my great grandmas was like completely Irish. You know what I mean? Blue eyes, red hair. Her husband was Puerto Rican or whatever, but Afro Puerto Rican. You know what I mean? So which would be still black, whatever, no matter if it was curly or not. Then on my other side, it's like there's the native comes in, like on my so this is my grandma's, my mom's father's side, right? The white grandma and the Puerto Rican grandfather. Then her mother or whatever, her mom, my great grandma from my grandmother's side, was black and white directly. Like her parents were like, you know, the freaking product of the slave master and the slave or whatever. So then their grandma was directly mixed, and then, you know, on to the next generation, and then her husband was native. Her husband was Cherokee, spoke it and all or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Firewater to prove it.
Like the only reason I don't look native is because of that X chromosomal dominant genetic defect that makes my skin really pale.
Oh, so instead of being the tan color,
like my hands are red at the odd points.
Yeah, I see it, like right here.
Hyperpigmentation, yeah. So
right there.
You know, but
exactly.
Otherwise, I should look, you know, more tan.
Exactly, and you know what? So then, when it gets to my dad's side of the family, his father was black or whatever, and then my dad's mom, pure Blackfoot or whatever. Like when I say super red, like dude, if I show you a picture of her, like she literally looks like the ladies out of those, you know what I mean? When you see pictures from back in the day. And my dad and them too. So it's like more of my light color. Like when I tan this red, you know what I mean? Like hard. And when I see my family there, I'm just like, wow, damn. And the rest of them, I mean obviously mixed with black, so, but you could tell by everybody else's hair texture, you know what I mean? Everybody else got like a real like either curly or wavy hair texture because of the mix or whatever, and they just all like, obviously I got the lump in my nose, but I mean theirs is like not even rounded. Theirs is lump a little more like that. Like it's just everybody's traits are so strong, you know?
Yeah, I got the Native American like hook nose.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I'm not taking the mask off though.
Yeah, dude. My kids be like, oh, why did you do this to me?
No, when I was a kid, like my neighbor's kid, he was younger, and he thought, did they put that like hook in your nose so your glasses stay on?
I know, it is a perfect little like
Yeah.
Like I could put something right here. I'm just gonna sit this finger here. And you know, but I always felt like as a kid, like the only culture I could really identify with was African American, and that's only because I don't speak anything else. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like not having that ability to, even though everyone speaks English, but not having that ability to communicate. Like, you know, like the Spanish kids, and they're like, people see my mom and they're trying to speak Spanish to her all the time, and she actually does speak Spanish, but I don't speak any. Like she just was like, I ain't gonna teach him, I guess. You know?
They tried to teach me French and native growing up, but I think I can't learn. Like maths, I can't even do the way the teachers told me to.
Oh, so you do it your own way?
Yeah, I could do it my own way, but like remembering the way that the words are supposed to go just doesn't work.
Yeah, kind of like a form of dyslexia or something.
I am dyslexic, but I don't know if that's the reason. But
that makes sense. But yeah, so dude, right now on paper, if it says, oh, what race are you? What ethnicity? I just always put African American. And they're like, really? Like, you seem like you got some of this or some of that. And I'm like, yeah, I do. And I'm like, it's probably enough native to be on a res, or to at least, you know what I mean? Like, it's because it's a lot. Though, like, they were directly, you know what I mean? Like, grandparents were directly. But, again, I'm going to look more African American because it's a dominant gene. And it's just, I don't speak the language. Like, I can't relate because those grandparents, like, I got to meet my grandma, like, 3 times. The one who was Blackfoot, right? I got to meet her 3 times. You know, I could learn from my family that's still around, but my grandpa, like, I never met him. He passed before I was alive, you know? And I think the only person who picked up any language from him was, like, 2 of my uncles or whatever, and then my brother a little bit. And, like, but usually he spoke English. You know what I mean? He never speak. Mm-hmm. Like, I think he just was teaching them stuff so they would know a little. I know he took them hunting at a constant. I know he took them hunting, and I know he drunk all the time. And I know he paid all the bills and handled everything, and that was it. You know? And I remember they said he was mean as shit, too. Said he was mean as shit. Okay, here we go.
I'm so jealous of every Dominican that has that little mark there, because I'm like, bro, like, I can't even be like, look, I have it. I'm like...
I mean, I don't have it. I was born in the U.S. and all that. Like, I didn't get that.
The thing is, as long as you know what I'm talking about...
I know what you're talking about.
Oh my goodness. I was like, if we don't have the vacunas, you're not Latino. But obviously, I understand, like, in certain situations.
You just made me worse.
You're Latino. It's okay. It's like the small little things that make a big impact.
Exactly. Elkie, I feel so bad because I voted for Elkie the whole time. But, like, Elkie brought up the La Vacuna and she knew it and she has it.
I'm probably going to vote for Angela just because she says the most.
She didn't show you she had it.
I think I'm going to vote Tomas.
Right?
Just because I think everyone else is going to, and it's better to be safe than sorry.
Again.
Code.
Tomas, and I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, Tomas. I saved you last time.
Damn.
I can't save you.
The person eliminated this round is...
Oh, they were not through me.
Tomas.
Oh. Sorry, my guy.
I'm so sorry. He's out.
I feel betrayed. Stabbed in the back.
This is basically my family right now. Get rid of them. I'm sorry.
Right?
Do you want to continue the game? Give me a thumbs up if you want to go to round 4. Give me a thumbs down if you think you caught them all and want to end the game now.
I don't know what to do.
Thumbs down, thumbs down. Oh, okay. Before it does it, what do you think? Who do you think? You think it was one of them or what? I think.
Well, I don't think it was Andre or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it was Andre either.
I
think Thomas or whatever. Thomas.
Yeah.
I think he was Latin. I think he just. I mean, he looked hella Armenian, but. Like,
yeah,
he's so young.
I'd still go with Thomas.
You go with Thomas? I think I'll go with Miguel or whatever. Just because, like, he looked really Irish. His Spanish was good, though. But, I mean, like, we didn't really get to know him very well. But I would just... And people always do that. I feel like they just keep going so they can split the pot of money. But I think he's Dominican. She looks like you know, like some South American chick. Like, you know, she looks very, very, very Puerto Rican. Like, you know what I mean? And she told us her story, so I mean, I believe it, like, you know. And she was just very knowledgeable. Like, if she ain't do it, then she been on some study trip for real. Like, studying the culture. Let's see.
Majority has voted, and we will end the game now.
Can I say something real quick? Listen, if any of you guys are still the moles, we're gonna have some problems. I swear on everything.
If the color turns green, you all win. If it's red, the mole is still in the game and you lost. In 3, 2, 1.
He said, "Mom, I won."
The game is over and the Latinos have won. That means that the winners will be receiving a cash prize, and we're also going to be gifting them the Akintu experience, where you'll get to pick your favorite basics from our new interactive apparel brand. Will the mole please raise your hand in 3, 2, 1.
Hey. And they
Literally the first time. To keep on voting.
My name in the game is Miguel Rosa. My actual name is Michael Rose. I am not a Latino, as you guys guessed. I studied abroad for a semester, and I lived with a bunch of guys that are all Mexican.
Andre, I'm so sorry, bro.
Oh, don't worry.
Me too. I'm sorry.
No one can speak that perfect.
And that's why I thought I messed up, because I had to prove myself. And I didn't even speak Spanish, and I was like, and this guy just starts spitting the most Portuguese ever.
I'm happy for them. I hope there wasn't too much turmoil and like after that when they were like picking apart other Latinos.
Even though Miguel is not a Latin, he has a Latin spirit. Latin is here, like in our minds and in your heart.
Bro, this is
about family.
This is Brazilian PewDiePie, bro.
Fun.
Latinos are everywhere, and they can look like anything.
If you don't speak Spanish, it doesn't matter. If you haven't tried this traditional food, it doesn't matter. That doesn't make you any less of a Latino. That just means we're gonna have to show you new things. That's all.
As long as you know that you're Latino, that's all that matters.
I know I love some conchas.
I hope you enjoyed that episode.
Damn right we enjoyed that episode. Damn right we enjoyed that episode. Bruh. I think all in all that was pretty cool. I think it was pretty cool. I think we might keep that reaction. It's like 36 minutes. Obviously, we're not gonna keep the whole thing. It's gonna be clipped, but
no.